My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This breakdown is brought to you by Premium Membership. Premium Membership brings you all sorts of betting and fantasy tools to help you make money. Things like exclusive 2, 3, and 4 leg parlays, betting calculators, parlay calculators, daily fantasy ownership projections, fighter salary rankings, and so much more. Check it out now at WeWantPicks.com. Scroll to the top and click Become a Member. And don't forget, we are giving away $50. All you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. That's WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit, we send you $50. Next up at UFC 277, we have the main event. We have what some people will argue the greatest female fighter of all time heading to Dallas to try to win her belt back. We got Julianna Pena taking on Amanda Nunes. Julianna Pena 11-4 overall, 3-2 in her last 5, coming off that title win over Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is 21-5 overall, 4-1 in her last 5, coming off her first loss in 7 years and 12 fights. Julianna Pena is coming off the greatest win of her career, obviously, and one of the greatest upsets of all time. She showed the world exactly how tough she is and how much she wanted that win because she absolutely willed the win. She gutted it out. She stayed tough and she pulled it off. Technique-wise, she is well-rounded and she is solid everywhere. She makes up for any of her skill gaps with just gritty, dirty, underdog-style fighting. She comes forward, she gets in your face, and she makes it sloppy. The sloppiness frustrates some people and it throws them out of a rhythm, especially the more technical fighters that she faces. She's 7-2 in the UFC, and her only losses are to former champion Germaine Durandamy and current champion Valentina Shevchenko. And despite this loss, the one against Julianna Pena, Nunes is still pretty much considered the best female fighter of all time. She lost her 135-pound belt, but she is still the queen at 145 pounds. She has destroyed almost every single person they have put in front of her, and she has done it any way that she wants to. She's got incredible power with her hands. She's also got solid wrestling, fantastic jiu-jitsu. She averages more than 2 takedowns per fight and has a very impressive striking differential. And listen, Amanda Nunes has decimated 2 different weight divisions, 2 different weight classes, and she didn't look human doing it. And that actually might have been the problem in their first fight because she was so used to steamrolling people, she forgot what it was like to actually be in a fight. She dominated Pena in that first round, and it just looked like it was going to be another Amanda Nunes win inside the distance type fight. But Pena didn't stop. She didn't fold. She stayed in Amanda's face. She just kept coming forward. And when Amanda exhausted herself chasing the finish, Pena was able to get it done. The question isn't who's the better fighter, because I think even the people on the Pena side will agree Amanda Nunes is the better fighter. The question is, can Amanda be the better fighter for 25 minutes? Because Pena is so tough that even if she's losing the minutes, she's just going to continue working forward and waiting for her opportunity. Personally, I think Amanda learned a lesson. I think she almost needed the loss to just keep her going, keep her motivated. And when you're as dominant as she was for as long as she was, I'm sure it was hard to put the extra work in, right? Run that extra mile, do the extra cardio. All of that stuff, it's probably hard to motivate yourself when you're just destroying everybody with little to no effort. Amanda, with cardio, decimates Pena. And I think Amanda shows up with some cardio and she's ready to go. So the pick is Nunes. The line is actually tightening even more, which is just blowing my mind. Frankly, minus 275, minus 300, all of that money is worth it for Amanda Nunes. This is the greatest female fighter of all time that 6 months ago, minus 900, people were like, that's solid. I'll spend minus 900. A guarantee is a guarantee. And now all of a sudden she's less than a 3-1 favorite. It's blowing my mind. What do you think, Jakey boy?
I will say, if you go watch our breakdowns and my individual video I made for the week leading up to that fight, that I predicted that Julianna Pena could win that fight. I didn't say she would, but that it said she could win that fight by putting doubt into the champion's mind. And that's exactly what she did. The second that Nunes started getting hit, she was like, oh shit, now I got to try and get this girl out of here. She tried to get her out of there and couldn't do it. Obviously, people kind of misremember that fight, I think. Nunes was dominating the first round. She got hit a couple times, but had Pena on her back, was doing whatever she wanted to. She came out of the second round, got hit a couple times. Pena hit her with a couple jabs. She heard the oohs and ahs. I think she snapped back Nunes' head back one time, and everyone's like, oh. And Nunes was like, okay, yeah, let me put this girl out of here real quick because they're oohing and ahhing. Throwing the big overhand rights, tired herself out. Obviously, it ended the way it did. She's a better fighter. I mean, you said it. She absolutely is a better fighter, but I'll be honest with you. I don't think she cares anymore. I honestly just don't even think she cares anymore. She left ATT. Even leading up to this week, she's still making excuses. Like people will tell me I should have pulled out. I should have ever even fought. It's like, are you leaving the past behind and you're going to prove a point? Or are you going to keep bringing that up, keep making excuses about a fight that was so long ago? You got the girl in front of you again. You can prove her wrong right now by finishing her, but you're still making excuses about the last fight. I honestly just don't think she cares anymore. I think she cares about this fight and, wants to, obviously nobody goes in a fight thinking like, oh, I don't care if I lose or whatever. I think she obviously wants to win the fight, but I don't think she's as motivated as she was. She's got the family thing. She left ATT. She's starting her own thing. I'm watching her on the embedded. She's got no coaches around her. Even when she's like running on the treadmill, it's just Nina and the baby. There's no coaches around to motivate, this and that. She's kind of doing her own thing at this point. Can she still win? Doing her own thing, yes, right? She should win this fight. She's a much better fighter than Julianna Pena, but leading up to the Nunes fight the first time, I told you guys, Julianna Pena, everyone says I'm not scared of the champ, right? Everyone says, even when they're a huge underdog, I'm not scared. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Julianna Pena was the one person I actually believed, and I mentioned that leading up to fight week. She was not scared of Nunes going into that fight. She is not going to be scared again going into this fight. And if she starts having success again, there's going to be the exact same doubt that enters Nunes' mind that formed in that first fight. She's going to be thinking, oh, shit, here we go again. I'm going to get embarrassed again. And Julianna Pena is going to take advantage of that. So I actually think this fight's going to be closer than people think. People think that Nunes is going to come in and run her over. And maybe that happens. That's probably what should happen. She is a much better fighter. But I think this fight is closer than people think. It could be a slobber knocker, to bring that back out again for the second time. A 5-round decision. I think that Pena puts a little bit better fight than people think. My pick is going to be Nunes, but I think it's more competitive than people think it's going to be.
It could be. I mean, obviously, the only thing that happened in the last fight is she gassed. So you think she's going to have better cardio this fight? Then great. She should win.
And she does look lean. I texted you that today as well. On the embedded, she looks like she's lean, in shape. She mentioned she's cleaned up the diet a little bit and stuff. So, I mean, she's saying all the right things, but it's hard to, what do they say? It's hard to get up and run when you're sleeping in satin sheets. Is that the phrase? Something like that.
Well, that's why I think the loss was good for her. And this is, you mentioned, or maybe you or the comment section, the Conor effect, right? Left, started on gym, Conor, the motivate. The difference is Conor lost to Khabib. Conor lost to fighters better than him. Julianna Pena is not better than Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes got caught sleeping at the guard and learned her lesson, at least in my opinion, learned her lesson. And people in the schmack in the live chat talking about, oh, Amanda's a mom. They always go soft when they're mom. Fucking Julianna Pena's a mom, you dingus. I don't. So then she not go soft? Like, that's so stupid. Oh, she's the mom. They always go they're soft when they become
mom
moms.
That gave birth. Nunes didn't give birth. Pena gave birth.
So even like that whole thing is just what a stupid angle. And then somebody said that to me too. I said, oh, she had a kid. She switched gyms. And someone's like, she didn't have a kid. Listen, I didn't birth my kids either, but I'll tell you, when they were born, I was tired as fuck. So everybody just wants to be a genius. None of you are geniuses. I think Amanda Nunes wins. If Julianna Pena smokes her, then yeah, 100%. Amanda Nunes just stopped caring. She's got money. She started her own gym, and she's trying to do that. But definitely the better fighter. It was very clear in the first round who the better fighter was. Julianna Pena didn't beat Amanda Nunes at fighting. Amanda Nunes got exhausted, and Julianna Pena pounced. Anyway, 7,000 and 9,200. I do want to spend the 9,200, but it does worry me. What happened in the last fight does worry me. She could gas again. Maybe it's not the second round. Maybe it's the fourth. But she could gas again.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Kind of, I mentioned the Moreno fight. If he starts shooting takedowns, I think Nunes should shoot takedowns immediately. If she is coming in with a good game plan, I think it's grapple, get on top of Pena, and really punish her on the ground. Because if she starts bang, if she comes out and starts trying to knock her out again in the first round, it's like, oh shit, here we go again.
Well, and we've seen Nunes do that. We've seen her go into fights where she was worried about the striking, so she grappled her way to a win. Wasn't it how she beat Julianna Pena? She just grappled the hell out of her. So we've seen her do it.
Very good wrestler. Very good wrestler.
Yeah, we've seen her do it. We've seen that she's got the cardio to do that, and I think she does that here. And I don't understand. This guy, I'm salty. How much did I lose? First of all, anybody who bets on a minus 1,000 favorite is a fucking idiot. So I lost nothing because I would never bet money on that big of a favorite. That is insane. You don't even parlay
unless
that
it's Ryan
big
Hall.
You just don't do it. Like, that's just crazy to do.
Ryan Hall versus Francis Ngannou minus 1,000. I'll put a house on it.
So I lost zero money on Amanda Nunes' last fight. I just find it nuts. It's just so funny. Last fight, you couldn't find anybody thinking Julianna Pena will win. And I get it. Then she won and people's minds changed. Now, picking Nunes is like the taboo thing. Everybody's like, Julianna Pena is the best. So, can't wait to see Amanda Nunes win. At least that's what I think is going to happen. Monkey Knife Fight strike line, 57-76. I don't know what to do with this. I'm not going to touch it because I think you're right. I think she just takes her down, and this looks like the Duran Durandamy fight. But who knows? What do you think?
But if she takes her down, I don't think she's gonna finish Pena. I think it's a long fight. I think it's a more.
Yeah, could be. Well, yeah, she didn't finish Durandamy. At least off the top of my head, she didn't finish her either. So, Monkey Knife Fight strike line. I'm probably gonna leave that alone. I don't think I'm gonna bet this fight, other than I got the money line on Amanda because, in my mind, you can get good odds on the greatest female fighter of all time versus, listen, people are going to come at me. You're already upset in the live chat here. Julianna Pena is basically a journeyman with a ton of grit and a ton of heart that was able to get it done. That's what's going on here. So,
and I tried to reach out to see if she needed a place to stay for fight week. I haven't heard back.
No, okay. You're going to pull out the futon?
The Venezuelan vixen. I got a full queen-size bed sitting next to me. It's a 2-bedroom penthouse. Don't forget that.
I bet. With an office, I guess, right?
Oh,
anyway,
yeah. With a
you
loft.
guys want $50 free? Go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. We will send you $50 as a thank you. And if you want to become a premium member, it is only $10 a month. It's $2.50 a week. That's per event. And you have all sorts of exclusive bets. All of our picks, you'll get them early. Our bets are early. We rank every single fighter from a DFS perspective. We do DraftKings ownership. And there's all sorts of exclusive content, early content before lines move for only $10 a month. Go to wewantpicks.com, scroll to the top, and click Become a Member. Anybody worried that we're going to start taking this stuff and putting everything behind the paywall? We're not going to do that. What we are going to do is put new stuff in the membership, but we're not going to move the pixs or any of that stuff to the membership.
Lock of the week. If you want my lock of the week, you got to Venmo me $200 at this point. We're 3 in a row. We're about we're 4 in a row. We're 4 in a row. About to do 5 in a row. I said after 3 straight losses that I was going to win 17 in a row. We're 4 on our way. So you got to Venmo me. I mean, it's got to be, you got to have a comma in there if you want my lock of the week for this week. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, all right. Well, congratulations to Jacob. Don't get overly confident. And thank you all so much for the watch. Like, subscribe, do all the things. And don't forget, there's 200 of you watching. Any of you who are not in our Discord, it's free. It's not tied to any membership. It's free. It's just something else that we're doing for nothing is providing that platform. There's a link in our description. Go to that, join the free Discord, and we're all in this together. Let's all just try to get rich together, share, do all the things. We'll see you guys later this week for the rest of our content.